Today we are going to assemble the PCB for the YM3812 V3 Eurorack module. This kit comes with the PCB, faceplate, pre-programmed microcontroller, YM3812, and YM3014. All other parts are builder supplied. Tools required: wire cutters, wire strippers, a small screwdriver, needle nose pliers, fine tip tweezers, a soldering iron with a fine tip, solder, and a fume extractor is always recommended. A voltmeter is needed at the end to calibrate the voltage reference rails. First parts are the 20 picofarad capacitors C1 and C2 on the underside of the board. All the other capacitors on the other side of the board are 100 nanofarad. We do those next, and it looks like this when it's done. Next part is R1, a 4.7 mega ohm resistor. Then R9, a 4.7 kilo ohm resistor. Followed by R4, R37, R79, R81, and R80, all 10 kilo ohms. All the remaining resistors on the underside of the board are 100 kilo ohms. Now we flip over the board and start with the parts on the top side. Starting with C3 at 1000 picofarads, C4 at 2200 picofarads, now R0 and R35, both 1 kilo ohm, R10 at 33 kilo ohms, followed by R2 and R3 at 22 kilo ohms, R71, R72, and R73 at 10 kilo ohms. All the remaining SMT resistors are 100 kilo ohms and look like this when soldered in. Now the last SMT part, a 3.58 megahertz crystal. Next step is adding the chip sockets. The next parts are two 10 kilo ohm trimmer potentiometers, R23 and R36. Followed by 6 diodes, all 1N4007 type. The 10 microfarad caps come next. The long leg goes to the plus sign on the PCB. Now IC1, a 7805 voltage regulator. Next IC21, an LM337. Make sure the tab doesn't touch the 7805. The final soldered in IC is an LM317, which is IC11. The last part on the board is jumper JP1 and the power connector. A red stripe goes here. Now before we add any chips, calibrating the voltage references is important. First, connect a power jack and power up the board. Now take a voltmeter connected to the last two open pins on the left side of the PCB. Adjust the trimmer pot on the right until the voltmeter reads -5 volts. Being within a few hundredths of a volt should be good enough. I measure the voltage between pins 19 and 20 on the PCB and adjust with the potentiometer on the left until the meter reads positive 5 volts. I recommend marking the potentiometers with a paint pen, so that if one gets bumped, you know it needs to be recalibrated. This completes the assembly of the PCB. I recommend waiting until after the faceplate is attached before installing the chips. Faceplate assembly will be in part 2 of this video. Thanks for watching.